That's right, we've arrived. Day 0. It's, Thursday. So it's lunchtime on Friday, roughly, and this is the main hall, well, the main exhibition hall. They say they're expecting 40,000 people this weekend, and I kind of believe it. It's already rammed. The car parks are mental compared to last year.
No, I asked them.
So, just to show the pure scale of this event, the main stuff is up there in the Ricoh Arena itself. But down here, you've got the main stage and the festival arena in this massive tent on the pitch, on the actual pitch. Yeah, this is not a small event, and most football fans probably hate us for this. Side of that is Yorkshire, pretty much entirely Yorkshire. It's crazy. So, just for another demonstration of the pure size of this bloody thing, that is the main stage and the retro arena. Everything else is indoors through there, but that's not small. This is considerably larger than I-51, which was only, what, 6 months ago? At this rate, within a few more events, who knows how massive this is going to be. Also thought I'd use this opportunity, do a little bit of a vlog, a little bit of an update on what's been going on, and get the camera right. How the weekend's been so far. Turned up on Thursday, went out, met up with our friends, went out to eat, and had the worst experience we've ever had. 2-hour delays, complaints, no manager. It was not fun. Apart from that, this has been wonderful. Rest of yesterday was alright, but didn't really get in to see anyone. Did a little bit of pre-vlogging, took a few photos outside. Didn't see anyone today. Met up with 8-Bit Monkey, who will be recording later on, and we'll do a bit of an interview with, and Saraxia. Not seen anyone else actually yet. I've seen Dave Chaos wandering around, but I've not stopped to say hello to him. We have today literally just spent today going around gathering swag. It's been Swag Friday. I think we've got maybe 2 bags full of stuff. Bought a couple of t-shirts, got I think 2 or 3 free t-shirts as well, tons of little odds and ends. Mainly just spent our time going around the convention hall, taking a look at all the hardware stuff, and taking a look at what's going on in there. Frustratingly, this year there's no decent panels. There's a few interesting, community versus YouTuber events. There's a lot of meet and greets for YouTubers. There's a lot of that kind of stuff. There's a few events with Nosgoth and a couple of other games doing shows off. There's all your standard tournaments and stuff, that's great. But last year we had big events on building maps and getting into the industry, that kind of thing. We have none of that this year, absolutely none. So I'll be passing that feedback through to the multiplayer staff. I know they're only dealing with a limited amount of area, and there is only a certain amount they can do, don't get me wrong, but the focus really does feel like it's on the YouTubers, and I guess maybe that's just what brings in the money, but it's not necessarily what we came here for. That's part of the reason I bought this camera, is so that I could get better quality footage of some of the talks and panels that we recorded last year, which turned out to be terrible quality footage because I was recording it on my phone. Didn't work. So that's why I bought this camera and my tripod. So I feel like a bit of a tit because I've spent most of the weekend walking around with this thing. It's a tripod, which has been nigh on useless. It'll be fine for doing a few interviews later on, and I do plan to go around the indie dev area and speak to all of the indies and do them all interviews and find out a bit more about their games. So it'll come in useful, but oh well. Differences from last year is where the bar and the food area was last year, that's been turned into a meet and greet area. The section downstairs where the stage was last time, that is entirely LAN now. Entirely LAN. So that's a massive change. I guess that's why stuff out here is. The LAN is probably double the size last event. They've taken up a lot of the causeway and areas around the edge of the football pitch for all the food areas, that kind of stuff. That's all been moved out there. Obviously this is all outside. It's definitely a lot larger, and the organisation and the signage is so much better. Give multiplayer their dues. Last year we struggled to find the main stage on the first day. There is no chance of losing anything today. Everything is clearly laid out, clearly signed. So totally give multiplayer their dues. They've done really well there. Yeah. As soon as I get any more information or anything else happens, I will let you guys know. Well, I'll add it to the vlog. You won't get this until after I get back, but yeah, it's looking good. Although that is rain. Lots. Not that it's easy to see. No, it's actually really hard to see. But that is tipping it down now. Which makes me glad that I'm under the cover of the stands in the football stadium. But that is absolutely tipping it down. But yeah, when I get more stuff, I will add it to the vlog and we'll come back later. But this is what, early afternoon, about 1:30 to 2:30 on Friday. So we still have a ton of weekend left. But I will keep you updated. See you later, guys. Hey guys, so yeah, I've just got back. It's been probably a couple of days since I last recorded because I am terrible. Been really manic actually. Sunday I managed to get a lot of gaming in actually. We went round and played Evolve again, played Evolve at I-51, played again at I-52, saw the differences. There's now 2 characters for each class, more monsters as well. Really got to get stuck in on that and have a chat with some of the guys there. Really coming along nicely. Can't wait for that to come out in February, that one. Also got to play Borderlands the pre-sequel, which is the game that comes in between Borderlands and Borderlands 2. That's amazing. I think you got a good 45 minutes worth of gameplay there. Probably somewhere midway in the game, but it's Borderlands through and through. There's no, well, you know what you're playing, but you're playing an evolution of it, and it is exactly what you'd expect it to be. It's a good game, loads of fun, really looking forward to that coming out. In fact, I went off and picked up a pre-order and picked up Borderlands t-shirt for the pre-order. Talk about t-shirts, the amount of swag I managed to pick up again. I think I've probably walked away with a good 10 or 12 t-shirts this weekend, not counting mugs, cups, posters, lanyards and everything else. It's been crazy. I went with 1 bag, came home with 3. Also might have gone a little bit silly on the Razer stand buying Razer stuff, so hey, what can I say, bargains at the show, what are you gonna do? Also picked up and played a couple of the indie games while I was there, and played a bit of League, brain. Stopped and also saw some Elite Dangerous being played on the main stage with the developers. That looks amazing. It looks like everything I wanted from Eve without all the douchery from other players. So I'm actually really interested in that. Hadn't heard much about it beforehand. Obviously heard the name, everyone had heard it's on the development and it was on the horizon. Now that I've seen it in action, now I'm really interested. Definitely a game to look out for, and pick up any footage you can find online to take a look at. If you're interested in space sims, really worth playing. As I say, yeah, played a couple of indie games. Gonna get some information from some of those guys. They're sending me over some packs on some of those. Hopefully gonna get some of our team playing some of the games and getting some videos out for you, so that's gonna be good. Yeah, apart from that, it's just been a really busy weekend. Really glad I went. Much bigger than I expected, as I said before. We went to better hotel this time, better location, but can't fault Multiplay for their hard work again, getting everything perfect, really putting in a lot of hard work. I know they booked big entertainment for the Friday night, where they booked Zane Lowe, who unfortunately couldn't make it. Believe it was something like a death in the family, don't know, but they had DJ Fresh step up straight away and put on an amazing party. Didn't go myself, but from what everyone had told me, amazing party. Every night was amazing party. All the atmosphere again is just very typical what you get at Insomnia. It is definitely an event worth checking out if you can. As I said before, I'm a little worried that it's starting to get a little too big, and it is encroaching on some of the gamer side with a bit more of the fan service for the kids. Admittedly, that's what gets the numbers through the door, that's what makes people happy, and that's what gets Insomnia on the news like it was this morning. So it's one of those things where you got to get a fine balance, I guess, and that kind of stuff may not be necessarily for us, but it's horses for courses, and as long as it keeps doing what we're doing, then I'm not going to argue. But yeah, back now. It's been a really long weekend. I am knackered, so I'm going to absolutely just crash now. I'm going to try and get this video out for you guys so you get some idea of what's going on this weekend, and so that anyone who's not been to Insomnia who can see this, hopefully will come next time, because it's really worth going. Next event, as from what I've heard, is 22nd of November to the 25th. A lot sooner than I expected. I thought the next one was going to be Easter. Turns out it's November. Hopefully they've still got the one at Easter. I think part of that is because Coventry Football Club have now taken back residence in the Ricoh Arena where Insomnia is. So Multiplay have got to organise the events around that. The football club is obviously going to probably take preference. So Multiplay have got to book weekends where they're either playing away or they're not playing at all. It's going to make for interesting booking in future, and I don't know whether that's going to change Easter or not. Fingers crossed, all goes to plan. If there is an Easter event, Dev Gaming is going to do something quite big then, but that all depends on Multiplay giving us the exact dates so we know what we're working with. But yeah, I will give you any footage I can of any other games. Unfortunately, most of the games people didn't want to release footage yet because it wasn't finished, or they were playing alphas or betas, early access stuff that they're not really happy for press to get access on, so that's fine. We'll give you some write-ups. I'm going to give you some write-ups for Evolve and Borderlands 2 if I can. Borderlands 2.5. Is it Borderlands 3? Who knows? But as soon as I can, I'll come back to you. Other than that, signing off now, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks, guys.